What is up, everyone, and welcome to the Party Chat Podcast, episode 92. Even though I stole his intro, I am not your usual host, Geordie Squires. It's me, Laura, returning after what feels like a month off, but apparently it was only a week.
Shock.
And I'm not alone. I'm not alone! Because Slazo's here, because he's already wanted to put in a sassy remark. Because
Ayo, it's me. You can't get rid of me. Going
you
for
don't
the
like
100.
missing. Yeah, you don't like missing an episode. I mean, you went on holiday and still, like...
I mean, you there was a week where you had a chance to do one without me. You just didn't.
Well, we were in the middle of setting it up and you joined the call and it was like...
I meant the week after that when we didn't have one.
Oh,
like, that could have been you and Squiggy's time.
Oh, in my defence, I wasn't in the area either, and I'm not like you setting up wireless internets and doing OBs around the country.
Okay.
So, but Slazo, no, Squiggy isn't here.
Is he not?
No.
Shit.
I still have a packed show for you.
Woo.
Like, I have got you so many... I have searched the web. I have gone to news source after news source to get the finest stories this week.
Have you? None of this low-grade shit.
Why are you laughing? Squiggy,
Only the finest quality.
He only uses one website, but me... I'm loyal to no gaming website unless they want me to be, and then I'm available for work.
Because I swear before the podcast you said something entirely different.
That is a lie, and I will not have it.
Okay.
But are you ready to get straight into it this week, Slazo?
Yes, I am, Laura.
Right, you know what we're going to get into? Your favourite game series. And by favourite, I mean maybe doesn't even make your top 50. We're going to talk about Halo.
Oh.
I mean, I had you there a little bit.
For a minute I was like, wow, Pokemon. I didn't know this news.
And I was like, no. I mean, Pokemon Go is celebrating an anniversary, but that's not the anniversary I want to talk about, Slazo.
That's all the news. That's that done. Right, next.
Nice. 2017 is the 10-year anniversary of Halo 3, if you weren't aware. The epic Halo game, which is arguably the best Halo game in the series. Come on, Slazo, come at me, bro.
I mean, Halo 3 is part of the title of the best video game in the Halo series.
Yep, you're about to find out why. And so anyway, Halo wanted to celebrate Halo Summer Celebration, as it is officially dubbed, with some announcement and good news. I mean, they weren't at E3, and you know, people... I mean, I feel like someone must have noticed they weren't there.
I mean, I wasn't complaining.
Yeah, I feel there probably was at least a few tweets saying, oh, where's the new Halo, where's some Halo news? I just wasn't on my timeline. Not the point. But anyway, for those people, there's some announcement stuff. There's some, you know, the Halo 3 anniversary has already been remastered and remade and all that stuff.
Oh,
well,
man, are they remastering the remaster? Is that what they're doing?
Could you imagine? That is the news I've got for you now.
It's happening.
No, but you'll be able to play the whole anniversary thing along with Halo 3 ODST.
Oh man, the good one.
And Halo CE, which is the anniversary. I can't think what the CE is. It's a collector's edition.
I thought it was Anniversary Edition, they call it.
Yeah, it's Halo CE Anniversary, apparently, so that might be...
Oh, Halo Combat Evolved, yeah.
Thank you! I couldn't remember what the CE was. I was like, I feel like I knew this game. I knew it stood for something. Anyway, they will all soon be able to be played on your Xbox One via backwards compatibility.
But couldn't you already play them through the Master Chief Collection?
Shut up. I don't think... Is Halo 4 in there? I don't think Halo 4 is.
I mean,
don't know.
I would hope it was.
I don't own the Master Chief Collection, I'm not going to lie to you. I basically got Halo 5, and it was always enough Halo for me.
I mean, I got Halo 3, and that was more than enough Halo to last a millennium.
Yeah, but then you thought Halo 3 ODST was the best, so that's not the point.
ODST and Halo Wars are amazing, yes.
Okay, well that isn't all you're going to have, right?
Oh.
Every Halo map from the Xbox 360 era will be available for free!
Good. I wasn't going to pay them for it. This isn't Modern Warfare Remastered. I'm not paying you money for maps I already own.
Oh, well, you don't have to, and it's not an issue, so you can be happy.
Oh, that's one thing it's got over Modern Warfare Remastered then.
Nice. Right, and also, maybe you never had the game, so you don't really care about backwards compatibility.
But I did.
Maybe you just don't care.
But I did.
Let's pretend you don't.
That's how we met.
Okay. It was beautiful. That was a beautiful meeting. It was basically a meet cute for a terrible rom-com, Slazo. But that is not the issue here. If you don't have them games, there's still something for you if you own Halo 5, because there is going to be a Halo 3 anniversary throwback playlist available on Halo 5, which will have fan-built Halo 3 maps and utilise classic gameplay.
Will it have Griffball?
I don't know. They have not revealed which maps or what it means by classic gameplay
Have
or
Griffball.
classic sense.
That's all I
But
want.
I'm going to be honest, I feel free to tweet
Rocket
them.
Race would be cool too.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, I loved Rocket Race. Actually, that would be so... You know what? Halo 5 would be booted up again if they give me Rocket Race.
Like, I won't go into in-depth on why I'm not a big fan of Halo, but Halo is its best in the crazy playlist, which is why I always loved Rocket Race. In fact, I love Halo driving in general. Just driving vehicles in Halo was great.
Flipping Warthogs is the name of the game for me.
That's always fun. You just walk up to it, press a button, and this thing does like a 360 through the air onto
Yeah,
its feet.
is it Valhalla or something? Some map. I'm not great with map names across any game. The one that's end to end that was basically the Halo 3 beta.
I
And it's
cannot
all
remember what
bumpy.
it was.
Oh, basically,
I know the
all I
map you
remember.
mean.
Yeah, there was so many bumps and places to flip that Warthog when you were driving under pressure. Insane.
Yep.
Insane.
Good game.
Anyway, there should be more details revealed about what actually is on the playlist. It's close to when it goes live, as it is the Halo Summer Celebration, so, you know, we're early on in summer, so
Yeah.
that'll be soon. I have some other Halo news, which is, you're probably not going to care, Slazo, but there's people that do care.
Try me.
Halo 5 will be getting a 4K update for Xbox One X owners,
You're right.
and it's been described as true 4K update.
True 4K update. So not
Yes.
like Forza, which has like a fake 4K update.
I'm going to be honest, I have not met a fake 4K update yet. I mean, it's the upscaling, isn't it, basically, but, I mean, they have highlighted it's going to be true, so I think it puts people's mind at ease about the quality of the upgrade. I guess that's
This
all
is
it's
a
there
true
for.
4K update, not like the Master Chief Collection, which
You
is
know
just
what? I
like,
really want there to be an advertisement. This is a true game. Like, what do you mean by that? It's a true
it's
game.
real. It's like,
Yeah.
but so are the other real.
Yeah. I mean, also, with it being the Halo Summer Celebration, you know Halo has all the spin-off merch, the comic books, the collectibles, the toys.
I never noticed.
I mean, it has loads. I feel like you have to notice. You're being so
I
big.
I know. Guy.
Completely. I mean, I just warned you about sarcasm in the intro. Straight back into it. But, yeah, there should be all new stuff for that coming. So if you're a Halo fan, you know, get Googling Halo Summer Celebrations, get searching, because you probably have to spend your money
buy
on.
all the comics, buy all the books, and then watch when they all get errated out of existence, like Star Wars.
You know what? That's mean. You know I like Star Wars. Why you got to bring the canon argument into it? God damn. You know what, Slazo? I'm going to make you mad now and talk about something that I know you're angry about.
Oh, okay.
Zelda DLC.
What about it? It's
DLC
cool, right?
The Champions. Is it cool? Sorry, you threw me because I know you're not cool about this.
Well,
The
it's
Champions
more
Ballad.
content. More story content for a Zelda game after launch. That's amazing. That's unprecedented.
Okay, because this DLC will be set after Ganon's defeat and will focus largely on Zelda.
That's brilliant.
Cool, but you won't be playing as the famous Zelda. Instead, you'll be controlling Link.
That's less brilliant.
So you have no views. I mean, that's less.
I mean,
that seems a bit tame.
it's a bit, yeah. If you've seen my Twitter, you'll know I was a bit disappointed about this. Like, I was in fact, I've probably spoken about this in the past in the podcast. Like, I was really assuming, especially after like the whole like E3 like 2016 stuff, where they went, "You're playing as Link, Zelda's not playable at all," and fans went, "But we kind of want Zelda playable," and then Nintendo gave a stupid response, and fans went, "No, you can." Yes, you can have Zelda as a playable character. It's not hard.
Can I throw it out there? Is this kind of like how I enjoyed the Super Princess Peach game and really would like another one?
Super Princess
But
Peach was a good game.
Yeah, I really liked it, and I really liked the fact they did that direction and had her have her own game. Is there sort of
Wasn't
the
the
same
first time she's
demand?
been playable, but
Yeah, is there sort of same demand if they did a Zelda spin-off complete? Like, I mean, this is just DLC and she's not getting that. Is there sort of... Am I right? I'm not a Zelda fan, so I
What's
don't
the thing?
really know
Like,
how...
their argument was always, "Oh, you can play as her in Hyrule Warriors," and everyone went, "Yeah, but that's not an actual Zelda game, is it?" But I don't know, like, because there was also the chance you could have played, like, because they went Champions Ballad, so, like, if not Zelda, you could have played as Mifa and Barbossa and the other two I forget the name of. But, or even, like, maybe Sidon, maybe play as him. But, no, it's just Link, and it's like, oh, come on, guys. Like, this had better not just be, here's another dungeon, the end.
But then again, you did say it's unprecedented for them to get single-player DLC afterwards and all that stuff, so...
Yeah, no, I'm still happy.
I mean, baby steps, innit?
I'm happy it's a thing that's happening, but you'd have thought, like, they had a chance here to do something truly historic, and they've just played it safe again, which is kind of... Yeah.
You're still going to play the DLC, I can tell.
I mean, I bought the Season Pass, and, like, this week's Saturday Morning Switch is me playing the first DLC, so...
Oh! I mean, I feel like we haven't had the plug section yet, but if you forget that, you plug it again later.
Yeah.
Right, moving on to another Nintendo game that I think well, I know for a fact it's featured on your Saturday Morning Switch. Splatoon 2.
Yeah, kids and squids.
Wow, I did not expect that reaction. That's actually thrown me. I wish I had money for Splatoon 2. I keep seeing the adverts. It makes me so jealous.
Splatoon 2 is amazing. Buy Switch, buy Switch.
I can't afford. I need
Sure
to
you
afford
can.
food and eat. I'm sure you can.
That's
Move
what
some
parents
money
are
around.
for.
You know, I love the idea. Move some money around. There's just me playing with some coppers, going, I'm moving it around. Still not enough for a Switch. But anyway, Splatoon 2's new Horde mode style, sort of new mode they're doing, Salmon Run, will only be playable online at certain times. This was confirmed during a recent Nintendo Direct.
It was?
That it will always be available in local multiplayer, but the online play will be events, and basically there'll be a schedule up, and it's kind of like the Splatfest, but more regular. Or
Yeah,
Splatfest,
so like there's two arguments to this. One is that it does make it feel more special, and you're more likely to kind of group people in together on matchmaking and stuff like that if they're only on specified times rather than all the time. But of course the flip side argument is it's a feature of the game, and if you don't want to play main Splatoon 2 multiplayer, it's your only other option, and if it's not available...
You have to wait till it's like a thing, and then you might
have
be
to wait,
busy.
or single player.
Yeah, you have to play when they tell you to play, not when you fancy playing. I don't know about you, but I've gamed at really weird times in my past, like it's been 3 in the morning, and I've been playing Mario
I think
Kart.
the other thing for me is it'll be interesting to see like how the time is, like, is it done on a region by region basis, or is it going to be controlled by Japan? Because we've had some weird like times before for like these test runs and Splatfest and stuff, because Japan rules the roost, so it's their time. But
I imagine because it's going to be more regular, it's going to be...
Yeah, that shouldn't be
they're going to work out their time thing. I reckon so on that. But yeah, that was something from Direct, which apparently you thought was a really good Nintendo Direct, and you were mad that I put the negative news in.
I was, because yeah, it was like a really solid showing that really kind of helped sell like the final stretch of selling Splatoon 2. So we now have seen like a load of new weapons in action. There's a couple like I want to experiment with. I'm not keen about like the special... Ignore that sound. Yeah, I'm not keen about the kind of special abilities that you have, but the B weapons. But like the special weapons and the main weapons all look cool. The new maps are all looking pretty great. The new mascots are amazing, and Marina is a goddess, so that's great. And yeah, it's just looking like it's going to be a genuinely solid, fun experience. And the added bonus is like if you're still on the fence and you missed out on the Splatfest, looking at you, Squiggy, not Splatfest, the test fire, then there'll be the first Splatfest.
Oh, so I keep calling it Splatfest. It's a better
I get
name
the two
for an event.
No, it's because I get the two mixed up. But yeah, the first Splatfest will be available to everyone for free. All you have to do is download the Splatfest demo off the eShop, and then I believe it's July 14th or July 15th it goes live. So like the week before launch, so you can give it a try then. And you can answer the eternal question of what is better, cake or ice cream?
Oh, awesome. I mean, the answer is ice cream for the record, guys, but...
It's cake.
It's okay.
It's cake.
Wow, we would be on opposite sides. I'll see you on... I'll borrow someone's
What's
Switch.
depressing is I'm on Pearl's side, and that would put you on Marina's side, so I'm like...
Oh, is this your favourite? Oh.
She's the best. King.
She likes me better, clearly. Anyway, moving on from that news, we're going to stick with Nintendo. I don't know why. A lot of Nintendo news this week compared to...
It's like they're the best company. With the most going on this summer.
Slazo ain't biased.
Yeah,
I mean, they have got a lot of games coming out.
Yeah, I am. Who are we kidding? I'm very biased.
Well, you're going to be excited at this news. The hinted Platinum Games suggested on Twitter in a tweet that they might put the wonderful 101, which is an amazing Nintendo Wii U title that a lot of people missed out on, onto the Switch.
Yes. I'm very game for this, like this idea that the Switch becomes the second home for the Wii U games that a lot of people didn't get a chance to play because the Wii U. So, like, because there's the Bayonetta rumours as well. Obviously, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has already come onto the Switch. Maybe
you expect a Smash Bros.
Maybe Smash.
In a year.
Well, that's the thing. It's still like
year.
It's been a while now, so it might be a brand new Smash. But like maybe Smash U comes out on the
Smash U with added ice climbers. Am I right, guys?
Yeah. I want those climbers back.
Let's start a campaign. I say start a campaign. Let's join the campaign.
I'm pretty sure, there's already been many. But,
let's get on board with the Ice Climbers campaign.
Yeah, it's just another kind of brick in the wall of the Switch, like setting itself up for a strong first year.
In the nicest way, you know these like rumoured ports and stuff coming over from the Wii U?
Yeah.
You owned a Wii U, didn't you? I'm assuming.
I did.
Nintendo boy. Yeah, is this working for Nintendo as long as they keep producing the original titles as well? If this was all they had, would you be disappointed?
I mean, Mario Kart 8 made them bank, so...
Yeah, I'm not even saying that. I mean, you got the new Mario coming in.
But we know it's not all they're doing, because we know, like, we've got Splatoon 2, we've got Mario X Rabbids, we've got Fire Emblem, we've got Xenoblade, we've got Mario Odyssey, we've got Pokken, which is a port.
saying, but if it was, I mean, because people moan about ports and remasters all the time, but is it because it's like a bonus to what they're already delivering on top?
It's like
so much?
Partly because it's like you also have those brand new experiences like Mario Odyssey, like Mario XCOM. Sorry, Mario Rabbids.
Mario Rabbids, don't do that.
I mean, it's what it is. It is, but you know, yeah, because that's alongside that, so it means like, oh, that's a port, but that's okay, because it's giving people, because the Wii U obviously was never the best-selling console. So, like, giving people a chance who missed out on that, considering the Switch is already off to a better start, a chance to play those games again is kind of smart. And also, Nintendo haven't done, like, a whole lot of remasters in their history. Like, they've done a bunch of Virtual Console stuff, but not on the Switch.
To be fair, when they've done, let's call these remasters, they do make them a plus version.
Yes.
Like Mario Kart is what I think of, and maybe that's where that's also a contributing factor to why they're so welcome, because you're not just getting the same thing again, you are getting...
Yeah, I mean, Wind Waker HD was fucking amazing when I got a chance to play that.
Zelda game, I don't... I'm joking with you. I actually did like Wind Waker, but don't tell anyone. People listen on the podcast.
Wind Waker is the best one.
Ooh, okay. I mean, I think that's controversial, but I don't really know. We're going to move away from Nintendo and into a really safe option, so getting away from controversy that I was hinting at. Okay. Call of Duty Zombies, Slazo. Oh. How do you feel about this?
I mean, I've never actually played it.
Wow, that's concerning. But anyway, if you are interested in Call of Duty World War II, which is getting a lot of hype because it's going to the World War II setting,
if you say boots on the ground, I will punch you.
I was not going to say boots on the ground, but Sledgehammer Games let it known that boots on the ground will be marching on July 20th when they announce their new zombie mode.
I know where you live, Laura.
You made me say it. But
no, I didn't.
July 20th, they're going to announce what their plans are for the new zombie mode. I mean, the last one tied up the loose, like, it was like a story mode before, and I think the last one...
There was a plot to this?
There was a plot to the zombie modes, apparently.
It's just zombies.
No, they weren't. You don't remember, I want to say last year...
No, Laura, I didn't pay attention. I remember one year they were aliens, and that was weird.
No, last year, the year before, the trailers were heavily, like, boasting the celebrities' cameos they had.
No, because I didn't want it's zombies. I don't care about zombies.
Oh. Well, anyway, they had a story, but that's all been tied up, so it'd be interesting to see if they do anything new with this much-loved zombie mode, or if it's, you know, what they're going with it.
I mean, I should say, like, the reason I don't do zombies is because it's mainly a co-op experience, so, like, I don't really see much point.
Friends.
It's more so much that, like, us lot don't really tend to play on the same like, get out. So, it's not like the 360 days where we had like a roster of like 50 of us who could all interchange on this. It's like, you're on Xbone, Squiggy's on Xbone, I'm not. So,
join us.
Nah,
join us.
I'm good.
And I'm not on Switch, but you and Squiggy are. I mean, we all have PlayStation 4s, but...
Yeah, but heaven forbid you buy games for that, eh?
I mean, I haven't got PS Plus, is why I'm not buying games for that at the moment.
You don't.
I'm building up to it. Okay. I'm going to get a job. It's all going to work out. It's all going to work out. But you know what? You know what's not going to work out? Because you know what I'm going to talk about next? Not the PlayStation. I'm going to talk about the Xbox One some more.
Brilliant.
Ooh, yeah.
I hope you like
Cool.
monologuing.
Wow, I kind of do, actually. The sound of my own voice is magnificent. Not the point. Xbox One, there could be a new feature, heavily rumoured because of a tweet. Microsoft will be adding gifting to the Xbox One store, a la like as you expect on Steam.
About damn time.
Someone tweeted asking, when is this happening, blah, 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 and Xbox Vice President Mike Ybarra? Don't know how to say his name. Confirmed on Twitter the feature was not far. As always said, not far. So, Gamescom's coming up. They could announce this anytime in a big update. You know what I mean? Like it's like a little thing to update with a game changing, but
I don't know why it's taken console companies so long to do this, because this is like a perennial thing of PC gaming that, you can gift people games and that's a cool thing to do and kind of helps like bond
Can
with
I
friends.
90% say that I have a massive Steam library because there's no gifting on consoles.
Yeah.
I'm basically thinking that 30% at least, I'll say 30% of my games on Steam are gifts,
Hey, Laura,
which is
you
really
played
nice and
Undertale yet?
Exactly. I want to play Undertale, but my PC doesn't even
Your
like
PC
the
can
opening
play
word.
Undertale. Your PC can
Oh
play
no, it can. It's more the fact my PC can barely stay alive. It's not whether it can handle it thing. It's more the fact that it likes to crash a lot, which we're lucky it hasn't crashed yet. Touch wood. But it's not just that, but you know what I mean. It's so easy to gift something on Steam, especially with the Steam sales. I don't know whether gifting might lead to more reasonable prices. That might be why they were summing up whether it is, because it's digital pricing on Xbox One and the PlayStation Store is still a bit. When there's not a sale, it's still a bit. What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know, Laura.
Might find a physical copy cheaper and be able to post it cheaper.
Yeah. There is that element. But...
Yeah, but it's a nice feature to have. I look forward to it. I want to have a knock-on effect. Otherwise, everyone's going to be buying me really cheap Forza DLC, and I'm like, woo.
It's a thing that should be on all the consoles, so I'm happy that Microsoft have finally taken
I
steps.
would love it on the Nintendo Switch. I don't even own a Nintendo Switch, but I'm imagining, with the Virtual Console, how great it'd be with that back library to give people, hey, do this classic game that you said you never played, which I could do a lot with you, and you
Laura,
could do a lot with me.
You've never played Metroid here, have you, Metroid?
I played Metroid Prime Hunters, sort of count.
You played the one you got for free with your DS.
I think it's an honour that I played it, because just because I got it free doesn't guarantee I played it. Yeah. But that's all the news. Oh no, sorry. That's all the gaming news I have, but I have a special news story to finish with.
But we're a gaming podcast.
I know, but it's like a gaming connection. It's not about an actual game. You know what the news story is? You're being sassy again. Don't make me backhand you. Right. An original Assassin's Creed anime is apparently on its way from Adi Shankar, the producer who did the Netflix Castlevania show, which is currently available to watch now. Which is,
as we're recording this, out now. Literally
Woo!
now.
Haven't watched any of it yet, so can't really tell you if it's any good, but...
I'm too busy watching Rick and Morty, so...
That's a good show. I've finished that, so I've got no excuse. I've got something else on the go, which is irrelevant to gaming or cartoons or anime.
Archer?
It's not, I finished that.
Oh, cool. We'll talk about that after.
Cool. We won't talk. If you want to know our thoughts on Archer, tweet us at Slazo King and Laura Law to join the conversation.
It's already on my Twitter. Go on.
Anyway, Assassin's Creed anime is apparently it's rumored to be a Netflix show. I think because of the Castlevania connection with the producer.
Right.
But there's no confirmation it's going to Netflix. But you've already know The Witcher's on its way. A lot of video games are going this route. What do you think about an Assassin's Creed anime? Because I was surprised to see it was an anime, to be honest. But then they did an Assassin's Creed film.
It's a lot easier to show people being stabbed in an anime where you don't have to actually pay people to be stabbed.
I didn't know that was a high demand thing.
Who
knew?
I don't know. I'm always down for more anime series. Spoilers, I'm a weeaboo if you hadn't cottoned on in the last 90 episodes. But I'm certainly down to see where they go with this. There's a lot of kind of stories you can tell with the Assassin's Creed universe. And they have done through really comics and stories and so. Yeah,
is it weird? It's right of me saying I feel like I might insult you and I don't want to.
Oh, no.
Anime is
don't.
No, I mean, there's a lot of weird and wonderful animes out there with crazy storylines and plot lines. And with Assassin's Creed being a bit trippy, is it just easier to do it as an anime rather than anything else?
I mean, it's easy to do anything as an anime because it's cheaper and you're not confined by that pesky reality nonsense.
Yeah, I'm just saying plot-wise, do you think this might work out better because of the whole, like they're really in
Depends
another
on the story
place.
they want to tell. Like, if they want to do a gritty, realistic Assassin's Creed, no, anime is not the solution to that. If they want to do like a crazy trip that has all the time travel nonsense, then sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it, to be honest. I don't get to watch that many animes, and because it will be,
Oh, you have Netflix. You get to watch like a whole ton of anime if you want.
I know, but then it's supposed to have subtitles, and I'm really lazy.
You could watch it dubbed.
I could watch it dubbed, but you've seen some of the dubbing. You know my problem. Like, I'm just uncomfortable. I tried to watch Steins Gate, for example. That's on Netflix, and that's a game.
Yeah,
it became a game.
That's a game.
And
it was a game first. Christ.
Yeah, I know. I enjoyed the game. I can't tell you how I felt about the anime and watched it on Netflix. But anyway, we're going to move away from animes and
Did you hear
crazy...
that, Weird Moose? She dislikes one of the highest rated animes of all time.
I know. I feel so bad. I'm going to be so... I'm sorry. I like the game. That's all I got. But anyway, we're going to move on to our what's coming out this week.
Yeah!
And sometimes we have a packed schedule and it takes like 20 minutes. But this week we have one game.
Oh, man.
Final Fantasy XII, The Zodiac Age.
Oh,
it's coming out the 11th of July for PS4. It's a remake of Final Fantasy XII, I've been told.
What gave that away, like, from the title?
I mean, it has a subtitle, so you'd never be too sure, but...
Yep. So, this is... I'll save you here. So this is, like, the high-def remaster of what was originally kind of the second version Japan got, which was the International Zodiac Job System version, which kind of merged some of the best from the original Japanese version with the tweaked Western version we got into one. It's kind of like how Kingdom Hearts is the final mix versions that came out for the first time in, like, 1.5 and 2.5, I believe. But now we're essentially getting the better version through this Zodiac Age. So, and they'll also have like a bunch of stuff like the Final Fantasy X and X2 remakes got. So they've redone the soundtrack, so now it's orchestral and stuff like that. It runs better. Trophies are added. It's the optimum version of Final Fantasy 12. Whether you want to play Final Fantasy 12, that's another matter, considering this is one of the Final Fantasies that divides opinion more than a lot of the others.
Is this the thing where I get dragged into conversations about which Final Fantasy is the best? There's people that are adamant it's like...
No
they're
one
like,
says 12.
No, but this is the same where they're like, everything since blah has been trashed. And people are like, it wasn't that bad. Is this that game that's used?
It's in that era. I mean, like, so everything post 10 is kind of the Square Enix era where Squaresoft and Enix merged, and people are like, that's the point where it started falling apart, and like that's debatable. But 12 is like one of the many kind of love or hate Final Fantasies alongside 10-2 and 13 and the train wreck that was the original version of 14. Although they're on the more straight and narrow these days, because Realm Reborn is amazing and 15 was pretty solid. So.
I mean, to be fair, if you
also,
love it...
I love 13, so fuck the haters.
Wow, that's so gangster of you. Gangster with a capital A at the end. But if you love Final Fantasy 12, then you're going to be happy on the 11th of July because you can go buy it and relive it on the PS4.
Yep.
If you hate it, maybe just pretend it doesn't exist.
If I had the money to spare, I would be picking this up. But my money is going towards squids and kids, so, you know.
My money's going towards heat. Not the sun, I have that. I meant like...
I was going to say, Laura, weren't you complaining before this podcast about the heat? I don't know why you want more.
I don't want to talk about it, because then it just ends up going into a tie, and I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Anyway, we're going to move on to plugs, which isn't my attire, because I have no plugs this week. I do know that Squiggy has uploaded across Retro Mastered and his own channel, FIFA Grudge Matches, where he basically waited till he had a good run against me, recorded them, but didn't record the week before when I, crushed him in every game. Not saying he's like a hypocritical recorder, but there's a biased story being told between the games. But you can go enjoy them on his channel, on the Retro Mastered YouTube channel. You also find some Gears of War with me being... He's awful at Gears of War. I can say it because he's not here.
Yeah, no, he fully admitted this last week.
Yeah, he is he is diabolically bad. You know who isn't? Me. I went and checked my stats today. Positive kill death ratio across every mode by miles. Literally.
You get the thumbs up on this one because I tried to set him up for the joke because obviously you weren't there. That he was the one carrying it on Gears. Even he admitted, no, not on Gears.
Yeah,
like, Laura.
I'm actually amazing at Gears. It's actually insane because I obviously didn't play Gears for a while and then got back into it and then back into it again after a break. Yeah, I don't tend to brag about my game skills as we're going to discuss in our hot topic. But there's something about me in Gears, and I think I'm I kept getting top scoring 5 games in a row early against some very good players. I even got, get this, Slazo, nice messages on Xbox Live.
Whoa,
nice messages saying how great I was. I'm going to be honest.
Is it because they knew you were a girl?
No, because you've seen my gamer tag, which I'm not going to share with this podcast. It's not obvious I'm a girl, so I kind of was like, I'm going to be honest, guys, I'm freaking amazing. It went straight to my head, and I honestly am a really cocky Gears player now, and it just hasn't affected my skill. But less about Gears, because the video's coming up. Let's talk about what you've got to plug.
Oh man, so if you've enjoyed this week, you'll have seen Saturday Morning Switch number 25, which was my video on the Breath of the Wild Master Trials, including my first attempt at the Trial of the Sword, which went amazingly. Truly, there's never been a better example of gameplay. It was flawless. I died, but you can see how I did on that, and also as I walk you through some of the other DLC that I haven't got yet. But hey, it's good fun. I'm enjoying that, so you can see my thoughts on that. But and then coming up this Saturday. So it's one of two things. I'm not 100% sure. Well, it's one of three things. It'll either be a Splatoon 2 preview, but don't expect that because all the Splatoon 2 stuff starts happening next week, so it'll probably be the week after. So it'll either be that, or some more Breath of the Wild content, where I show off the masks and everything, because I will have got them by then. Or, if Squiggy answers the challenge that he himself set in the last episode of the Hearty Chat podcast, then it will be Slazo versus Squiggy at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I will happily wipe the floor with him. So,
I was told that if I hosted the podcast and cleared his schedule on a day he said he was available to record the podcast, he'd probably have time to game, is what I got to say. And I stepped up to the plate here, and I think I've delivered a very good half of the podcast. And I want to see this Mario Kart 8. I want to see if he's as bad as he is at Gears.
I want to see it. I want him... Because, okay, so a little bit of backstory here. So we have done this before, when the Wii U version of Mario Kart 8 came out, and for various reasons, like my internet back then being terrible, I thought I had annihilated the competition, and then found out apparently I was in Nigeria. But, so...
I always loved this is my favourite Mario Kart story. I've had a lot of fun on Mario Kart with other people, and I've made some amazing memories on it, don't get me wrong, but my favourite is still you adamant that you were winning, and we're like, no, you are 8th. It's still my favourite story.
Right, I was winning on my screen, and that's the one that matters.
I don't think it is. I don't think that's how that works.
So we will find out, for realsies, if Squiggy steps up to the challenge, who is the better Mario Kart player. And yeah, there you go. It was a shame we never got to upload the Smash footage that we did for Retro, where we juggled you endlessly. That was good times.
Remember that one game when you both double teamed with me and I was getting absolutely whooped as per because I'm terrible at Smash. I'm not gonna lie. Yes. And then I somehow ended up running somewhere. I got out the way of you two charging, and you both went off the platform. It was a real frick up because of the level moving, and I ended up being the last one standing by complete accident. And I wish that had been saved.
I remember that bit, but oh well.
No,
maybe I'm not as great at that as I remember.
You may have not joined, or Darren was in, or you just joined and it was waiting, because Darren was also there, just to be retro. It was basically, they were all cocky, beating me up, and then they ended up taking each other out, and I ended up, winning after being, pummeled and confused. So
yeah, enjoy the first potential, multiplayer head-up retro remastered Switch game off on Saturday Morning Switch. Maybe, if he answers the challenge. If not, who knows? Something else.
If not, tweet the word chicken to @JordySquires. Get creative with it though. GIFs, animated pictures, hand-drawn pictures. I might draw him a physical chicken if I hear that he doesn't turn up. Because I can do that.
Yeah.
Sort of. Anyway, Slazo, we're going to move on to the end of the podcast now.
Oh.
And you know what we end with? A hot topic.
I thought it was top 50.
No, we've got rid of that because there's never three of us here. We'll
Also, because I finished it.
There is that, but I don't like to talk about it because it makes me emotional.
Do you remember how I never lost at that?
Right. I hope you lose at Mario Kart.
Remember how your first game got thrown out?
Don't make me change teams here. I'll go on Team Squig if I have to. I will leave you behind.
You'll never be on Team Squig, Laura.
Not after it's geared before. I try not to be. Anyway, we're going to talk about hard games this week. Because Crash Bandicoot come out, and basically everyone pretty much bought it seems. And
I was going to say, we didn't talk about that in the news. Best-selling game in the UK within 2 days.
On a single platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Insane. Took the title.
You might call it insane.
Wow. I've just questioned my life a little bit. If you're still listening now and you haven't decided to make the jump, we are still going to talk about the hardest games, but basically Crash has got a lot of people frustrated, a lot of people claiming how hard it is, a lot of memes about Crash being Dark Souls 3 in disguise, you know, a game with a game series with a reputation for being
that. I loved all
difficult.
the images.
Yeah, there's been loads, and if you haven't seen them, basically just search the Crash hashtag and you will find them on Twitter or Tumblr, or just Google Crash Dark Souls and you'll probably find thousands, to be honest. It feels like there's endless amount of them. Anyway, Slazo.
Yes.
Hard game. What makes a game hard? What frustrates you about hard games, and can you think of one that you consider hard?
I mean, what frustrates me about games and what I think makes games hard are completely different things.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, they are. So which one do you want? Frustrating or hard?
Hard.
Okay, what makes...
Difficult.
Prolonged, like having to do the same thing over a long period of time is kind of one of the primary difficulty things. Like bullet sponges, I think, are what the thing's called. It just gives you like more of a chance to frick up if you have to fight something for like half an hour and doing the same pattern, because inevitably after 10 to 15 minutes you'll stop caring and you'll just want the damn thing to end. And that's when you start getting sloppy and mistakes start slipping in and stuff like that. So I feel like that's an artificial difficulty way that a lot of people do. It's like, yeah, you've got to spend 20 minutes killing this guy. It's like, why? If I've got the pattern down, like, why not just the rule of 3 that good games, Cough Mario, use?
Wow.
So,
That's the Nintendo bias.
Like, I don't know, like, I feel that. And then, like, in terms of, like, stuff that could be more frustrating, so, like, something that drove me mad in, like, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, actually, a while back, was, so it had some of the A to Z runs, except it was like, navigate your own way, because we're not going to give you, like, assistance or anything like that. Because it's more kind of about trying to figure out what the optimum route is, which is fine.
You hate figuring things out, don't you? Because it's
No.
the same thing that with Killzone and Shadowfall.
No, that's... no.
No.
I hate Killzone Shadowfall because it was a badly designed game. But,
Carry on.
But no, what was annoying with that one is, so I have no problem with the LAC, but like Mirror's Edge is a game that has very tight time limits, and if you don't know if you're doing the optimum route, so you don't even know if the route you're putting time in to get better at is going to get you the win, that's kind of annoying. Which combined with the stupidly long load times of like 15 seconds or so per each fail, I mean, so you can't really rapidly retry. It kind of like just gets a bit kind of, no, I don't want to play this anymore. It's difficulty, but it's also more frustration that you can't realistically keep having a go at it because you'll just wear yourself out far too fast. So yeah, that's kind of something. And then obviously there's just games being hard, not many checkpoints, like fucking Little Big Planet originally, where it's like very few checkpoints. It was like, whew.
I mean, lack of checkpoints.
Yeah.
I can't even think of the game it was that annoyed me. There was one game where checkpoints were I think on average, it's a really old game. So this is, I think we're thinking Nintendo 64.
Right.
It was some RPG. I swear, I think I googled it like years after because, you know, I was like, I remember that game. I remember it being a right pig to me. Is a checkpoint that worked out every 4 hours of gameplay. Whoa. I did not game in 4 hours chunks. Whoa. We're talking out. This is what thing. I will try and find the name for next week's show because I can't remember what it was to Google. It might take me out. I knew it was an RPG because I don't really play that many RPGs, but it was every 4 hours. I basically...
There are RPGs on the N64? Go on,
there is. They're not very good because they have 4 hour checkpoints, so no one probably finished them. But, the thing is, it was like, I can't make 4 hours of, like, help me. That was a frustrating thing rather than a difficult thing. To be fair, and I tell you what, I tell you on the subject of enemies, getting the pattern down. And this is not really the same, but God of War Ascension really peed me off with this boss, and I still haven't finished it. I'm just pretending it doesn't exist. It's basically, because it has so much health, and it does so much damage, getting the routine, I don't know what the enemy's called, because let's be honest, it's God of War, they're a think creature. It comes out of I googled it, and apparently people did say it was hard, so this is not me. But basically, if you take one misstep or you don't do enough damage quickly enough, as soon as he gets on a roll, you're going to die because of the sheer amount of quick damage it can do.
Right.
And I found that really difficult, so much so I haven't completed it.
Was it Quest 64?
What, the Nintendo
RPG?
64 game?
Yeah.
Could be. I don't know, I did play that.
It's like I'm looking up the list of like Nintendo 64 RPGs, and there's not many.
Might be Quest 64. I feel like I played that, though.
Okay.
But yeah, I know it was roughly worked out, like it was 4 hours of... Oh, it's awful. I hated it, because I never got really anywhere, apart from one day when I lost the will to live and just stayed in. Yeah. Not the point, though. I was a child. I had the will to live, guys.
I think another thing that can make a game hard/frustrating is and this doesn't apply to a lot of games, but unclear directions. So there are some games which will just give you the vaguest of instructions and be like, yeah, just look for this thing, sure, go, it's over there somewhere. And I get the whole idea of exploration, that's fine, I'm not begrudging that, but sometimes the game will just give you nothing to work with in terms of where you're meant to be going or what enemy you're meant to be slaying next. And that's kind of more just it makes the game more difficult because you're just pulling your hair out, running over the same area of land multiple times going, well, where the frick is it? Or so I've had some things recently in Hitman Go, a game I've been playing recently, because we didn't...
I hate Hitman Go. It's too difficult for me.
Oh no, it's a great game, and most of the levels are fairly simple to figure out.
It's a great game. I'm just bad at it, and I call it difficult.
Yeah, it's not difficult. But apart from
anyway.
1 or 2 levels which are doing the next moves, but it requires you to do a mechanic that you haven't really been taught or shown. So there was one where I had to throw a stone in a really weird way to try and trigger an enemy to do a weird pattern. And it was I mean, I had no clue. This feels more like a bug than anything. So.
I remember this is the same thing. There's a whole meme about this. It's the fact you say it was a mechanic you weren't taught and you tried to pay attention.
Yeah.
I do tend to make games more difficult for myself when I get bored and skip the tutorials. I did that on Rainbow Six Siege. I was like, how hard can it be? It's a Rainbow Six game.
You're an idiot.
There's so many little mechanics to it.
Idiot.
I felt really stupid after skipping it.
You know how you don't watch Game Grumps, but everyone sasses out Game Grumps for skipping the tutorials and never reading text. That's you.
Yeah.
That's you,
only on certain games. I was in a rush. Download takes ages. I think it spent the day download. I was like, I can't. Okay. I'm too old for this stuff.
Okay. So do we want to talk about games you think are actually hard then?
Yeah, do you want to name a few? Because I mean, we've name dropped some. I've name dropped God of War Ascension because
I think we'll both immediately say Bloodborne.
Yeah. See, this is why I didn't buy Bloodborne.
Did you not? Oh.
I did not. See, we both say Bloodborne because it felt so hard to me that hearing you and Squiggy and Mike and everyone play it was
That's the thing.
No.
Mike's alright with it because Mike's better at games than I'll ever be. But and Squiggy's a little bit better at this kind of game than I am. But it was just for me, it was just grinding my head against the wall. There's a lot of fun to be had in Bloodborne, don't get me wrong, but when I'm just redoing the same area over and over to get a shot at a boss, which I suck at, and then, I'm dead. And I know some people are that's the magic of it, you have to kind of learn the mechanics. It's I've not got all day. I just... if I'm not making progress after an hour or two of playing the same bit over and over, I'm kind of just going to get bored and walk away and play something more fun. So... Yeah,
I get that completely, because like I said, it was frustrating for me just hearing you guys, let alone being the one that died. I'm trying to think of something that was hard, genuinely hard.
Oh no,
Here's the thing, I tend to avoid hard games, because I know I'm bad at games. Right. As I said, I'm happy to be good at Gears, but actual legit hard games that people are scared of, like your Dark Souls and stuff like that, avoid. I do have massive learning curves with games, but that's on me. I wouldn't say Dragon Age Origins is particularly hard, but I took ages to get good, if that makes sense. And even then, I don't think I'm good. I'm just passable now.
Oh
so
no, I
can
know
get
what you
through
mean.
them.
It was like with so it's not a hard game, but Witcher 3 is like a game I struggled with massively when I first tried it because I didn't. It wasn't even that I skipped the combat tutorial. It's just the combat tutorial isn't great at actually telling you what you need to do. It just goes, "Here's everything you can do." It's like, okay, what will actually help in battle? I don't know. Have fun.
There's a lot to the combat. I think that's what. See, I struggle with complex combat systems. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm with you. I almost always resort to simple patterns because it's just easier.
Oh, I tell you what I find hard. Any Street Fighter, I say hard. I mean, obviously, it's not like, to smash buttons, but to be good at them games, I consider hard. To be combo kings, that's hard to me. I don't know about you, whether you consider fighting games particularly hard. I put them in a category of hard games.
Fighting game, like some of them can be frustrating to try and figure out combos and like the way to progress and flow through a fight. Some of them aren't so bad. Like I'm alright at Tekken, I'm alright at Soul Calibur. I'm not good at Street Fighter. I've tried to get good at BlazBlue and I've never gotten good at BlazBlue. Because BlazBlue is as complex as it gets, but...
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I know of BlazBlue. I looked at BlazBlue and thought I'd be shit at it. I do like some challenge to my video game, but not too much. This is where I'm gonna be like, alright thing. I want to play Crash, for example, but everyone saying how hard it is makes me think...
I think it's more just like it harks back to a time when games were a bit harder than...
Do you think that's a fair thing, that games were harder when we were younger and it's not just in our heads?
Yes, because so back in the day you had the whole thing of like, you're spending 50 quid on the game so you don't want it to be over in 5 minutes, right? So there's a lot of difficulty in old school games because they were designed to be a game that you kept playing for like months, as opposed to a game that you could be done in an hour.
You binge it in a week.
Whereas nowadays, it's a lot more. Games are a lot more throwaway. Like we will both own probably like tens, hundreds of games that we've never even touched.
I blame Steam still.
Yeah,
going back to the earlier bit of the
one
podcast.
Of them, but like that's the whole point. There's a lot of stuff. But I mean, like it's weird. Like I find some games easier now than I did as a child, like Super Mario Sunshine and Super Monkey Ball 2. I can now blast through those games, whereas as a child I struggled.
Is that less that you were a child and more that you've played them, though?
Partly, but also partly that now I've got just more experience from games in general that I can kind of relate other mechanics and knowing the systems from other games into these ones. But to be fair, I also find some stuff harder. Like, went back to Pokemon Puzzle League a few years back, and apparently my reaction times at that have slowed down because I was struggling badly on some of the harder difficulties of that. I was like, I didn't struggle at this as a kid. What's happening?
That is depressing. To be fair, I was hit by how much easier I found Banjo and Kazooie as a kid, and how much easier I found Mario Kart. I know it was Mario Kart 64 and you want to moan that slow, and I was also probably better at Double Dash. But I'm getting better now by practice, but I feel like I was better at Mario Kart when I was younger. I was also... You've seen me play Smash.
Yes.
I was decent at Smash for 64. I say decent. I wasn't this bad. On the Wii U one, I am, knockout first, second.
I mean, I've since after years of going, I'm good at Smash. I'm not good at Smash. So.
It depends. This is once again where it comes back to with fighting games, and you say how difficult. It's what standard you then judge yourself to. Yeah. I'm not thinking everyone should be pro level league, but there's people that can do combos and there's you know what I mean. Whereas generally me in fighting games is spam as many buttons as at all time. You know what I mean, and pray for the best.
Button mash, yes.
Yeah, whereas other people are like, this combo is gonna hit that weakness, or this character's weakness, or
gotta
this is
gotta use spacing. Jesus.
They're not gonna be able to block this because this character can't. And I'm just like,
this character has 5 invincibility frames. I'm like, good for them.
Cool. I'm gonna
hit the A button and maybe something will happen.
Yeah, pretty much. But, I think that probably we've covered everything about difficult games. We've covered categories. You've named basically every game, and I've named the fact that I avoid hard games.
I mean,
and I find basic games easy.
There is one other genre that we have, so ultra-hard platformers are, quite a popular thing. The worst. Wow. I was gonna say, have you actually played stuff... Because I really enjoy stuff like Super Meat Boy and N++, but I fully accept they're not hard as nails. But I think those are, hard games that are fun. Because it's quick, you can just quickly play a level over and over and over.
I feel like I had Super Meat Boy, tried it, got confused and bored and was shit and didn't play it again. Not because it was a bad game, but because I was shit.
How did you get confused and bored?
Oh, because I think I wasn't really focusing on it. I was trying to multitask.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't confused by the game mechanics. I was half focusing, and then I was just really bad at it and died a lot. And I was like, oh, yeah. But maybe focus on games is probably what would help me be better at games. But
I think it's more just to get out of like the point of it is like if you do like ultra hard in control bursts like those kind of games are, then it can be alright because then it feels like you only have to like beat a level at a time, and it feels like a nice challenge, like 5 minutes you can spend on this level, and then you get a really satisfied feeling when you've done it. Whereas if it's drawn out for hours upon hours, then it's less entertaining. But
I mean, yeah, but you're more into platform. You've always moaned about classic platformers and wanting good platformers and stuff like that, and I'm just kind of
I love 3D platformers. Why haven't I bought Crash? Who knows?
Because you're scared of how difficult it is, clearly.
Nah, because Jack's better.
Oh, what a place to end this podcast, on a controversial opinion by Mr. Sassy Slazo.
Which I said last week, but okay.
Did you actually say it on last... Stop saying it.
We were talking about Crash
then.
last week because it came out.
Oh, and you... See, I didn't listen to all of that podcast last week, and to know that I missed out
nice use of the word all. Nice use of the word all there to save yourself.
I know, right? But, I can't believe that you think that. I honestly feel I need to talk to you about this after the podcast as well. And I feel like people should tweet abuse at you at Slazo King.
I feel if anyone tweets abuse at me trying to tell me Crash is better than Jack, they don't know 3D platformers very well.
Wow. Okay, tweet me Law nice things. And yeah, this
tweet
has
at
been
Geordie Squires Squiggy.
Squig it. Just tweet at him.
Chicken.
Squig it.
I meant to say chicken, but no.
Yeah,
follow us at Slazo King, at Law, at Geordie Squires, at Retro Remastered. We're on Tumblr at The Retro Remastered. We're on YouTube, but you're right here, right now, watching us. So click that subscribe button and give us a like and a comment. Boom! There's all your plugs.
And that's episode 92. Done. Goodbye, everybody.
Hold it down.
I'm going to say goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Wave. Virtual wave.